What's up, everybody? Welcome to the couch. Today we're going to talk about the Jumper T16. So I just got this today. One of my good friends works at Jumper, so I got an exclusive preview for this. I don't think anybody has held this in their hands before. And today we're just going to go through the remote control. I'm going to tell you what I think. If you have any questions, just ask them over here in the chat. And yeah, let's get right to it. So comes in this box, looks pretty nice. It runs on 18650 batteries, but the batteries are not included. So that's the first step that you will have to look into. I already gave some feedback to Jumper. The batteries were a little bit rattly inside, so I added a little bit of foam just to make it feel perfect, because this is a fucking premium remote. That's all I can say. Like, when I took this out of the box, we didn't put this up for pre-order on the site because we're a little bit hesitant. We saw the latest or the previous Jumper model, and it was okay. You know, you can't complain for the price that it was sold at, but it wasn't a serious toy, right? So that's what we're all about. But this one here, this is yeah, it's pretty good. So let me just turn it on real quick. So yeah, it runs 18650 batteries. They're probably going to die pretty soon because I haven't charged them, obviously. So for those of you that have an X10, you're going to be familiar with this UI. So I'm not really going to go into it too much. You've got the two buttons up here that will control enter and exit. Then you've got menu page and telemetry here. And you've got a roller that just feels absolutely gorgeous. And you've got 6 trims. So I think the trims are for this stuff up here. You got 8 switches and 4 pots. All right. That's pretty insane. And you got what I really like. It's a nice touch, and they have LEDs as well. You've got 6 function keys. I'm guessing they're like for flight modes. All right. It comes with the Jumper multi-protocol thing, and as you can see, they borrowed from Futaba, obviously, on the remote control design. And guess who they borrowed from on the module design? So I had a serious word with Jumper, and let's just say we came to a solution. All right, so we're friends again. It's 150 bucks. Thank you for asking. I'm not gonna. So yeah, obviously everybody's asking about the Tango 2 in the comments. I'm not suggesting you to buy this or not buy this. This is not a Tango 2 replacement. This is not a Tango 2 competitor. This is this. Okay. I think this is more an X9D or a QX7 replacement. For the QX7, you might want to buy the original XJT module, you know, from Sky. But other than this is pretty cool. There was some controversy about this radio being a clone. Because the schematics are the same. I don't really know what that means, because it's an open source project, right? So Jumper actually had to fork it because there was like some conflict with OpenTX. Yeah, but like if you're familiar with Betaflight, like there's like Helination has the Talon flight controller, Pyroflip has the Pyroflip F4. They're all using this similar schematics, right? So the complaint from Sky was that this has cloned the schematics somehow. I'm not even going to go into the irony of that, but so that's why it's not available on Banggood. And yeah, I can't talk about the other ones, but obviously it's not available on Banggood because of this. So, you know, a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black, I guess. Let me just fix this auto zoom here. This is really annoying. or autofocus. All right, there we go. I don't know why this reset. So this does not run OpenTX, although it is OpenTX compatibly-ish. This runs Jumper TX, okay? So from what I understand, and I'm really not an expert, so don't quote me on this, there's been like some, like OpenTX doesn't want them to use OpenTX, so they went ahead and forked the project, like they pulled a clean flight or pulled a beta flight, you know, on whatever team you're standing, and I guess there are some modifications to make it work on this radio. I don't even know. So that's it, right? In all for all intents and purposes, this is OpenTX, but it's called Jumper TX. Okay, I guess you could call it Butterflight versus Betaflight. The telemetry screens. Here you go. You just click here on the telemetry screen, and if you're familiar with the X10S, I'm sorry, there's a lot of reflection here because we got the studio lights going. So yeah, you can set up the widgets and everything just like normal. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, so something really cool, and I'm gonna get the close-up camera out for this. Hang on a second. Something that's really cool about this thing is the gimbals. All right, so here we are zoomed into the gimbals. And you'll see there's a screw here. And that screw runs off M1.5. And obviously I didn't bring mine, but I will get it in a second. And you can screw here and the gimbal will move up and down. So one of the complaints I have is I'm a pincher. My index finger rests on this ledge right here. All right. So they have thought about this and actually moved up the or allow you to move up the gimbal. So that's pretty intense. Of course, a lot of people are going to be asking, how does the gimbal feel? It's hard to make a real comparison, but it doesn't feel like a Futaba gimbal. Okay, if that's what you're expecting, it's, I would say, 10% shy of that, if that helps. The throttle is a little bit loose, but of course you can adjust that. The stick tension, I don't know, I guess you can hear it. The stick tension is a little bit too loose for me, but again, you can adjust that. The centering is incredible. It feels good in the hand if you are a thumber, and it also works if you are a pincher, assuming that you lift up the gimbals a little bit. Yeah, 18650 battery compartment, I already mentioned that. It has a USB, unfortunately it's a USB mini. I'm not a big fan of USB mini. So that is one of the feedbacks that I gave the Jumper to change. Just go with USB micro or it's not a charging unit, so you don't have to do a USB-C. What else do we have? Well, I guess that's it. For 150 bucks, this is the best remote control that is out there on the market today. It's not even close. Okay, so that's just something that we just have to acknowledge. There's like two complaints. The first one was the battery compartment, and the second one is they didn't put the RF module inside. I guess they wanted to get this out to the market faster, and they will eventually deliver this with the RF module inside. I don't know. Maybe the community will help. Jumper TX is open source, so all you have to do is just take this module here. wire it in. I'm sure the ports are available. And write a little bit of code, and you can make it work. So I'm not going to do that. I'm working on the Tango 2. But yeah, this is pretty good. The documentation mentions 6 flight mode switches. Does that mean one switch with 6 modes or multiple traditional 3-position switches? No, that's the thing here on the top. Okay, they added 6 buttons. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you think it will be possible to mod it and add an AV jack? It has an AV jack. You don't have to mod it. Okay, here, right here. That's looks like an AV jack, and it probably is. Mike Scharfenecker is saying, speaking of radios, did you ever speak to Jetty? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. They have all the protocols necessary. All you have to do is integrate it. That's, again, it's not up to us, unfortunately. Okay, I guess that's it. I want to keep it short. This is up on the store right now. Link is down in the description of the post. It's a seriously awesome radio. Oh, fuck, I forgot one thing. You can change the modes without opening up the remote. It's pretty sweet. So this rubbery piece, so this is a little flexible. It's a little bit harder than I expected it, but it works. So this is removable and pretty easily removable, actually, and it just clips back on here like that. And she's closed up again. This is a mode 2, so I'm going to be changing this over to a mode 1. I'm going to tighten up the springs, and I'm going to give it a test flight probably within this week, and I'll let you know. But first impressions, I've played with this remote now for about an hour. It's incredible. This is a remote. It even comes with, so like it comes with wiping cloths with super cool Chinese logos. It comes with, okay, this is, if you're gonna clone the design, you're gonna clone the strap, right? So yeah, my apologies to Futaba on this, but Jumper, please change the color. It's too much. But I guess, you know, all of the remote controls, I'm not even going to name the names that are all just complete direct ripoffs of traditional RC companies. So, you know, it appears to be the name in the game. Unfortunately, they're bringing that to our markets, so, you know, whatever. Anyway, this is a USB micro cable that it comes with it, so that's good because who has USB micro anymore? And it comes with a screen protector, the ones that you would find on your mobile phone. So it really comes with everything except for the batteries, and I understand why they're not including the batteries because it's easier to ship that way, right? So for 150 bucks, I still can't believe it. We were all sitting here just in disbelief. How solid this radio feels, how solid the gimbals feel, the user interface, color screen, OpenTX compatibility, or Jumper TX, sorry. Yeah. It's really good. I usually don't whore out products other than my own. But this one is pretty good. All right. So I guess that's it. If you have any further questions, please join the Black Sheep Lounge. We're going to be answering your questions there if you have any. Yeah, as always, like and subscribe or whatever, and we will see you again next time. Peace out.